Hi friends, it's Crystal from Homemaking on the Homestead, and today we're going to make gingerbread waffles. And I'm telling you, these waffles are so good. If you like gingerbread, you are going to love these waffles. I think they would make a great special treat, like a Christmas morning breakfast or a brunch or something like that. They have a slight bit of sweetness. I served them with butter and maple syrup, but I think they would taste equally good with some whipped cream, and that's it on the top of it, because they just have so much flavor. So I hope you give them a try. Let's get baking. The main ingredient, which isn't any surprise, is ginger, and it uses a whole tablespoon of ginger. Mine was a little clumped up and stuck in there, so it took me a little bit to get my tablespoon all measured out. I decided to start by measuring out all my spices. It also requires cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg. And because my spices had some little clumps in them, I decided to just kind of mix those real well with a fork and get out any lumps or anything in them. The next ingredient calls for buttermilk, which I did not have, and I decided to make sour milk. So I added some vinegar, and I also used evaporated milk, canned milk, because I had that in the refrigerator, and I do half evaporated and half water when I use that as a substitute. I stirred that and set it aside, and then I measured out my molasses, and I like to just get all my ingredients measured and done ahead of time, so it makes it easier to put it together. And then I began by mixing the dry ingredients together, which is pretty basic: flour, baking powder, baking soda, and some salt. It also calls for brown sugar, 3/4 of a cup. And then I added all my pre-measured spices. And once again, my brown sugar had some clumps in them, so I used my wire whisk to kind of smush those out a bit as I was stirring it up. Once everything was nicely mixed, I set that aside and started working on the liquid ingredients. The recipe calls for 2 eggs, and I used my my wire whisk to get those all nicely mixed and combined. Then I added my soured milk or buttermilk, my molasses, and I stirred that really well to make sure everything was nicely combined. The last thing I added was a 1/4 cup of melted butter. Once all my liquid ingredients were mixed well, then I added my dry ingredients to that. And you don't want any lumps, so you want to make sure that you mix this really, really well. And then at that point, it was time to make the waffles. Everybody's waffle irons are different sizes, and they're different, so you need to follow your own manufacturer's instructions on them. For my little waffle iron, I used a 1/2 cup of the batter and kind of spread that around. And let that cook. Once I was done, I just kept repeating that process until I had used up all the batter. I had about 9 waffles from my iron. Thanks for watching my video, and I hope if you give these waffles a try that you will come back and let me know and tell me what you think of them. And don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.